Okay, so you're looking for some games like Path of Exile.
Yeah, you want that dark fantasy, the loot grinds, the character builds that could make a spreadsheet cry?
Well, you've come to the right place. 10 amazing alternatives, all pulled from the latest gaming buzz and critics' picks.
Yeah, the ARPG scene is...
Ready to explore some new worlds.
Absolutely.
So first up, let's talk about the behemoth in the room.
Oh, yeah.
Diablo 4.
The big one.
PC, Xbox, PlayStation. It's everywhere.
Yep.
It's Diablo, right?
That name alone carries weight for ARPG fans.
Sure.
What makes this one stand out for a Path of Exile player, though?
It's interesting because Diablo 4 manages to evolve the formula while keeping the core elements that made it legendary. The loot chase is still there, the skill trees are intricate, and the world is even more steeped in that dark Gothic atmosphere.
Okay.
What's new is the open world aspect.
Imagine the zones from Path of Exile, but seamlessly connected. That's Sanctuary in Diablo 4.
Okay. That does sound enticing, especially for the exploration junkies out there. But
Yeah.
Diablo 4 has gotten some flack for requiring a constant internet connection.
Right.
Somebody used a Path of Exile's offline mode. Is that a deal breaker?
That's a valid concern. For some players, the always online requirement might be a turnoff. However, if you enjoy a shared world experience, bumping into other players in your adventures, that could be a plus.
Right. True. Okay, so next on our list is Grim Dawn. This one seems to have a cult following,
Oh, yeah.
but it's PC only. What's the big draw here?
Grim Dawn has a phenomenal dual class system. Think about combining a Nightblade all about shadow attacks and speed with an occultist who wields dark magic. Suddenly you're a spectral assassin weaving spells and daggers together.
Interesting.
That's the beauty of Grim Dawn's build variety, and it's a post-apocalyptic world where humanity is fighting for survival against otherworldly horrors. It's just chef's kiss.
Mixing and matching classes like that definitely sounds like a recipe for some crazy builds. I'm getting those theory crafting tingles already.
You and me both.
But let's shift gears a bit. We're warping through time with Last Epoch. Again, PC exclusive, but this one throws time travel into the mix. How does that actually work in an ARPG?
So you're not just fighting through different areas, you're fighting across different eras.
Okay.
Imagine a scenario where your actions in the present affect the skills available to your character in the past. Maybe you defeat a powerful mage in the present, and that unlocks a whole branch of fire magic for your younger self in a previous timeline.
Whoa.
It's a wild system.
That's bending my brain a little, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Time travel definitely adds a layer of complexity you don't see in many ARPGs.
Right.
Speaking of complexity, let's talk about a game that throws the whole class system out the window.
Right.
Wolcen, Lords of Mayhem, another PC title. No classes, huh?
Yeah.
Is that just chaos, or is there a method to this madness?
It can feel daunting at first, but imagine a skill tree that's not restricted by classes. You want to be a mage who wields a giant axe. Go for it.
Okay.
Wolcen lets you mix and match skills from any archetype, so you're not limited by predefined roles. The combinations are practically limitless.
Right.
It did have a rough launch, but the devs have been diligently patching and improving it.
I'm hearing the phrase blank canvas in my head.
For sure.
That's definitely appealing for the creative build crafters out there. Okay, but let's be real. Sometimes you just want to kick back and smash stuff without needing a PhD in skill trees.
Oh, yeah.
That's where Torchlight 2 comes in.
Right.
This one's on pretty much everything. PC, Xbox, PlayStation, even the Switch.
Yep.
What do we got here?
Torchlight 2 is pure fun. It's got that core ARPG loop, kill loot, upgrade, repeat, but with a lighter tone and a vibrant art style. It's a great game to play with friends or to just relax and enjoy some mindless monster slaying. Don't let the cute visuals fool you, though. There's still plenty of depth for those who want it.
So a good palate cleanser after a deep dive into some more hardcore ARPGs.
Exactly.
But what about the classics? Where does Titan Quest? Anniversary Edition fit into all of this, available on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. It brings back that old school isometric ARPG feel.
Exactly. Titan Quest takes us back to the roots of the genre with a focus on exploration and a huge world inspired by ancient mythology.
Oh.
You can combine masteries, which are like specializations to create unique builds. Want to be a warrior who channels the power of the gods? Titan Quest lets you do that. Plus, the Anniversary Edition modernized the graphics and gameplay so it feels fresh even today.
A classic with a fresh coat of paint. Always a good combo.
For sure.
But you know me, I love a good twist. The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing. Final Cut. That's the one with the steampunk vibe, right?
Yeah.
PC only, though?
What makes this one stand out from the crowd?
Van Helsing mashes ARPG action with tower defense elements. You're not just building a character, you're also building up your base and defenses to hold off waves of enemies.
Oh, interesting. Some folks find the balance a bit tricky, but if you're into that extra layer strategy, it's worth checking out. Plus, that gothic steampunk aesthetic is just cool.
All right, strategy fans, take note. Now for something completely different, Lost Ark.
Oh, yeah.
This one's PC only, free to play, and it's got that MMO flavor mixed in with the ARPG action.
Right.
For someone coming from Path of Exile, what's that experience like?
Imagine Path of Exile's combat and loot systems, but blown up to a massive scale.
Right.
Lost Ark is full of sprawling zones, raids, with tons of players, and a world that feels truly alive. There's PvP guild wars, and so much more to explore beyond just dungeon crawling.
So it's like dipping your toes into the MMO world without fully committing.
Intriguing. But let's not forget our roots. The pixel art charm of Chronicon on PC. This one seems like a love letter to the old school dungeon crawlers.
For sure, Chronicon is all about that classic top-down dungeon crawling experience, but with modern quality of life features and a surprisingly deep skill system.
It's perfect for those nostalgic for the 16-bit era, but it also has the depth to keep seasoned ARPG players engaged.
I can already hear the chiptune soundtrack in my head.
Oh, yeah.
And finally, we can't have a Path of Exile deep dive without paying respects to the game that started it all. Diablo 2. Resurrected.
The OG.
Remastered, revitalized, and available on pretty much every platform. Why should a modern ARPG fan go back to this classic?
Diablo 2 is a masterpiece for a reason. It's the game that defines so much of what we love about ARPGs, and Resurrected brings it back with gorgeous updated visuals while preserving the gameplay we remember.
Yeah.
It's a chance to see where it all began and experience the game that inspired a generation of loot hunters.
Well, there you have it. 10 fantastic games that'll scratch that Path of Exile itch, each with its own unique flavor, from sprawling open worlds to time-bending mechanics to classic dungeon crawling. There's something here for everyone.
The biggest question is, where will you dive in first? And what other hidden gems are out there just waiting to be discovered? Happy hunting.
And happy grinding.
Yeah. See?